So Gareth, a familiar hymn sung in Welsh. What did you make of it?
The word that I wrote down was joy, as you started. An absolutely wonderful sound at the beginning and such lovely faces. You have a fantastic connection with your conductor, and you clearly love singing for her, which just really shone. I'd really like to pick out the people in the second verse. That was lovely and real passion there. The danger is sometimes that the passion just bubbles over and you want to keep that lovely blended sound that you had at the beginning all the way through. So it's maybe something to watch for. You don't let the pot boil over.
Laura, picking up on the joy theme, did you feel that joy as well?
I just loved that, just listening to that amazing sound. When you sing together in unison, it sounds so pure. And the way you sing the words, you sing so sincerely, like I believe it.
Now, Susie, you often say that Welsh choirs sound better when they sing in Welsh.
Definitely. There's something about singing in the Welsh language which sprinkles magic dust over the sound. And your best sound is in the middle range. And you could start to build a bit more fatness in the higher register.
Thank you, Ysgol Iolo Morgannwg.
You look relieved to have that over. How do you think they performed?
They performed beautifully. Beautifully. I couldn't have asked for a better performance from them. Some of them are so young. Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional here.
It was very, very nice being out on the stage. It's my first time to do it.
It was scary, but then we got good comments. I thought they were going to tell us we were flat and all that stuff. But they actually said nice things.
Our next choir from the Royal London Borough of Greenwich. It's Blackheath Preparatory School.
Been entering, I think, for 3 years, and I did hope that we'd be with a chance this year because I felt their singing was sweet.
I bet anything that there's not going to be a single moment of silence on the bus. Everyone's just going to be literally screaming, singing, chatting the whole time.
But the most important thing is to enjoy our singing.
We work really well as a team, and Mrs. Graham's really inspiring. It's not just Miss Graham pushing us, it's ourselves pushing ourselves. It's when we go home and we practice all the time.
We will be singing down by the riverside.
It was about people in the slave trade singing about their world that they had been promised, and it always cheers everyone up because it cheers them up, so it cheers us up. This is one of Mrs. Graham's most famous funny warm-ups, and it goes like this. Dun, 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 dun.
We need to give it, 150% while they're up there singing and just go for it really and enjoy it.
Preparatory School. Laura, a spiritual as opposed to a pure hymn, but was it a good choice?
Yeah, I definitely really enjoyed that. Kind of made me want to dance a little bit. I love the arrangement. I think it's always a bit difficult sometimes when we have those rhythmic things. You know, you gave it so much energy, and that really came across. You can really feel that you enjoy singing and enjoying those parts. But it's always, I wonder what would happen if in rehearsal you spent a little bit more time just really thinking about getting those together so that you're really working well together.
Susie, what did you think of that performance?
Well, I love hearing unbridled singing in young voices, but be very careful that it doesn't get too chesty. So maybe start developing ways in which they can get that energy and volume without using the chest voice too much.
Gareth, you know what it's like trying to get the best out of a choir. How did Blackheath do?
I thought lots of this performance was excellent. Very disciplined. Very engaged with your singing. But I think if you find that slightly lighter dynamic, that the groove will start to come. It's the hardest thing in the world, is to get that feeling funky, but still light. So lots to commend in that, but just a couple of points for you to work on.
Thank you, Blackheath Preparatory School.
That must have gone well, did it?
They worked really hard and they had that energy. That was the main thing.
What was it like being out there on stage?
Bit scary, but it was really fun in the end.
And what would it mean to you to get into the final then?
Just like everything.
Our next choir are ready to go. This consistently high-quality choir were winners of the competition in 2008, and they made the semi-finals in 2012. It's Linley Junior School from Huddersfield.
Singing is incredibly important at school here. In fact, half the children in the school sing in one of the school's 4 choirs.
The Linley Choir is very energetic because Mrs. North, our choir teacher, is very motivating.
I think a lot of it comes from my own passion, and hopefully I can then share that enjoyment and love of the singing and the words and everything with them. Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven. We chose it at our wedding a few years ago, me and my husband.
It's got lots of different dynamics in it, and it's got a very, very, very large range of notes. When it's saying fathers being in distress, you'd be kind of feeling sad. But when it gets to the choruses, you've got a feeling of joy and happiness.
Praise
Lidley Junior School.